before going out to carry out or to join any other society or any other body to advocate for them.
Yes,
my own view of my own layman understanding.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much, ma. Yeah. So, what you said, service. You know that service delivery. We can all decide to set up a philanthropic foundation right now, organization, and begin to give people and say, oh, what are the issues that people need? They need. What issues can we say people need, immediate needs, and just give to these people? But it is not that the government is involved. When advocacy comes, the reason why advocacy is more is on a larger scale, because we are trying to change policies. We are trying to read the decision makers that can make policies or implement policies that will bring about a change. So service delivery is what? Please, can we go back to that service delivery slide, just so that there's. So service delivery is just giving immediate or direct support. The support is immediate. The support is just it could be a one-time thing. But advocacy is what? It's something that is long-lasting, like a lasting change. Okay, but thank you. Just leave it on advocacy and lobbying. Yes, yeah. All right.
Victims of police brutality, they provided immediate health care for the people, and they also advocated for policy change. That yes, so it was just a two-way thing that the NSAS protest actually.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's a good example. You said? Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, I've just been told. I don't know why I skipped my mind. Yes, so there are people online that are with us in this session. So how do we hear from them? So the question, the first sentence here says, all lobbying is advocacy, but not all advocacy is lobbying. Who can just give an explanation, just explain, just tell me what you understand. What you understand by that. The person that wanted to contribute online, did the person send in their contribution or statement, or how do we do that?
Just move on, sorry.
Okay. So I want us to go back to the key terms. Can we see that these key terms, these are different types of advocacy? And you know that I said earlier that protest, even though the word protest has a negative connotation, but they are peaceful protests. You know that is a form of advocacy. So, like the statement that says all lobbying is advocacy, but not all advocacy is lobbying. So, advocacy could be what? It could be campaigning. Advocacy could be policy influencing. Advocacy could be protesting. Lobbying is under advocacy. So all lobbying is advocacy, but not advocacy. What am I saying now? Not all advocacy is lobbying. Please, can we go back to the advocacy versus lobbying slide? Advocacy versus lobbying. The next slide. Yes. So advocacy versus lobbying. All lobbying is advocacy, but not all advocacy is lobbying. And advocacy targets the general public. You can see that the key terms, we said a type of advocacy is what's campaigning. A type of advocacy is lobbying. A type of advocacy is policy influencing, right? But lobbying targets specific legislators to change laws. When you are lobbying, you are speaking directly to the decision makers. You are speaking directly to the legislators that can make that influence. When you are lobbying is more, you are dealing directly with what the change makers. You are the person that the issue is affecting. But the people that can make those change, that make decisions to bring about that change is and talking directly with them. You go for town hall meetings, you are talking to your community leader, you are talking to your local government chairman. These are legislators, these are your House of Representatives, people that represent your constituency. You are talking to them. So lobbying is what targeting specific legislators to change laws. But advocacy, other types of advocacy could target the public. It could target anybody you are talking to, whoever, generally, because advocacy is also, you are trying to gather support. So some people might not be aware of the issues that affect you, and you're also trying to mobilize support, mobilize resources and things like that. Like the NSAS protest that Samira said, yes. So when people were going online talking about, they gathered support from different states in the country. That is a form of advocacy. But if they decide to lobby, what would they have gone? They would have gone to the people, to the legislators that will bring about the laws to remove SARS, for SARS to have been disbanded. So that's the difference. Then specificity, advocacy deals with broad social issues. We need better schools, while lobbying deals with specific legislation. So maybe there's a legislation that needs to be a policy that needs to be said that certain number of schools should be in in an area, and that policy has not, the policy is there but has not been implemented. So you are going to your legislature to say, why has this policy not been implemented? So advocacy deals with broad social issues. We need schools. We go online, we campaign, we talk about it. We need better schools. Our schools are dilapidated. The structures need to be improved upon. But lobbying is talking to the legislatures to tell them that, okay, we don't have this social number of schools, and these schools are even bad. The schools that we even have are not even functional enough to even have quality education. So I hope my explanation is clear. Yes, Mr. Chidi wants to say something. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. Can you go, let me start from the other slide. Can you go back a step back? I want to speak just a few words on this. Advocacy versus service delivery. On a single issue, you can have service delivery on it, and you can have advocacy on it. So what differentiates both of them is that service delivery has to do with direct provision of services, support, or goods to address immediate need. Assuming there is flooding in an area now, and people are displaced, the first thing they need is they need shelter somewhere else. They need food somewhere else. So that procurement of goods, bringing medical attention to those who are already sick and trying to meet their immediate needs, you are providing direct services, direct goods or support to them. That falls under service delivery. But what caused the flood? If what caused that flood is something that can be remedied, and you want to advocate for government to take action to avoid such a thing to take place tomorrow, then it becomes advocacy issue. You see how advocacy can be on a particular issue, and the same issue you can still have service delivery on it. So when you talk about advocacy, that means you are targeting a change of policy, a change of attitude, a change of a system that can help you have what the people should have and not pass through some stress. But when you are talking about service delivery, you are not talking about how you use policy change or systemic change to address it. You are looking at what can you do now to alleviate these people from this problem at the immediate. So that means when she was present, she said if you do service delivery, tomorrow that problem is still there. Because after once the support cuts, they begin to face that thing you were supporting them with. If you are giving them money, after a month, 2 months, you are not giving them money again, they begin to suffer that thing they are suffering. But if you have used advocacy, say probably you want all the aged people in Nigeria to begin to receive a certain amount of money. You know, that payment will be coming every month. So you use advocacy to achieve it. To have a policy that mandates government to pay certain amount to people that are 70 years and above. Advocacy used to do that. But you found an 80 years old woman that is suffering and you give the person 100,000 naira. That's service delivery. You bought something for the person. After that 100,000, the person continues suffering that problem again. I think it's clear now. So that's about advocacy and service delivery. So the other slide. Okay.
All right, just to add on what Mr. Chidi explained. He said, for example, when you go to the National Assembly and advocate for official recognition of Nigerian Sign Language, and luckily enough that got approval, then you decide to publish sign language dictionary to put to schools. So can this be service delivery? And the other one be advocacy, the approval of recognition of sign language.
Okay, yes, I like the question. So you are going to National Assembly, telling them to approve, and them approving it. All of them are under advocacy. Yeah, but if peradventure you have a connection to government agency who is ready to support you with 100 million naira to procure or print those things and distribute, it becomes service delivery. I see it's same on one issue, but one is service delivery, one is advocacy.
So from Mr. Chidi's presentation as well, the difference between service delivery is that they will not want that problem to be solved too. Because as long as they get their profit from that business, they wouldn't want anybody to kill their business. So, but advocacy, there is no profit there. So we target to solve the root cause. It will be targeted to solve the root cause. So that is the problem I see from your presentation, the differences. I hope we are on the same page. Yeah.
So some politicians will not want you to do advocacy with them. They want to give you some amount of money. They will publish that they have funded you millions of naira. What they are giving you is that tomorrow you still come back for the same problem. But if you want to solve a problem once and for all, you advocate for the proper thing to be done. So in that one, you don't need to meet government tomorrow for them to come and do anything again. The system will regulate itself. Okay, then our advocacy and lobbying.
Okay. No, it's not question. No. Sorry, that's my.
Thank you very much. So I just wanted to also add to the bit of advocacy and why we need to be more deliberate. So for the mindset shift, if you want things to take care of the root cause problem, you have to be more targeted at advocacy. But if it's immediate problem, surface, which is something that we have been seeing that has been happening repeatedly, then we need to focus on solving the root cause problem. And it is through advocacy that we can achieve that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chidi. Yeah, so what Mr. Dejimo said about some people might not want the service delivery to end. But like the example Mr. Chidi said about if they are victims of flooding and they are living in shelters, they are living in homes where they are not satisfied or they are now IDPs. At a point they want to go back. Like, can our homes be settled and go back and the issues be solved? So advocacy wants to stop the flooding, the issues that is making these people to always become internally displaced persons. So it's not all issues where people will say, oh, this service, we don't want it to end. There are issues where they're not comfortable, they want to go back to their homes and things to return back to status quo. I hope I've been able to give further clarification or answer. Okay, so I think okay, so now the last one, we said advocacy deals with broad social issues while lobbying deals with specific legislation, right? So now I want to go to why advocacy matters. Why does advocacy matter? Before we go to that slide, I want us to people to just say, like, why do you think advocacy is important? Someone should say something. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Bolanle. Yes, I want us to really explain. Yes, you can go ahead after, please. Please, your hands here in the deaf cluster and the psychosocial
Hello?
cluster.
Why I feel the advocacy is important is that we need to get to the root of the matter and solve it adequately and make sure the right thing is being done. Like in this our country, I don't think these children are giving any aware. The government is aware of them. They don't even know they are existing because I don't think they give any priority to special children in their budget. Did they budget for these people? When they say schools, did they categorize the people in the schools, their needs, and the category of people they make the project for? I mean what's it called? Their budgets will be budgeted for in a year or once in a while. Because in this country, I've not seen where I can point at a school that say this is the special school that government is really involved in for children. Especially most of them, what they do is to send their children out of the country. Most of all these our big men, they feel they don't need to advocate for these children. They don't need to advocate and do the right thing. Even if they have been budgeting for them, I think there's somebody else there that is trying to sabotage the effort of the government.
Yes, thank
you.
you.
So we need a proper budget advocacy, and I think me and you, if you have anybody over there that you feel we can walk into, we come in a group, we invite mothers, fathers, all of us, let's walk in there one day and let them know that this is our problem. Let's carry our problem to them, not individually, but collectively.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Yes. Who wants to go next? Please, let someone from the intellectual cluster. Please, what's your name?
Priscilla from RBM. So, for the longest time, I didn't know that there is anything called, that's before I started working at RBM. I didn't know about autism, or I knew about ADHD, but I didn't see it as an intellectual disability. I saw it as maybe a personality problem.
Yes.
And when I started working at RBM, I started seeing a lot of things. Like my whole mentality changed. Before, I honestly thought autism only existed in the Western countries, America, UK. But even if there is autism in Nigeria, maybe just few. Not like, oh, we have many autistic people in Nigeria. But when I started working at RBM, I saw there are different signs, there are different levels of autism, level 1, level 2, level 3. I only know about level 3. And that's because it is profound. It is something that when you see them, you know them. So I didn't know that there is mild autism and all of that. So for me, I feel like advocacy matters, especially in Nigeria. Especially in Nigeria, not just for autistic people, not just for people with intellectual disability, all type of disability. I schooled in College of Education, and in College of Education, we have the deaf, blind people in College of Education. We are all together. Even when we want to write exams, you see them we are in the same hall writing exams and all of that. I feel like that is inclusivity.
Yes.
So if we can, when it comes to primary school, secondary school in Nigeria, we should have, like, mainstream schools should include people with disability. I don't see the need of having a different school for special need people. No, we should all be included so that everybody we know, every child we know in Nigeria. Up till today, I'm the social media manager for RBM. When I'm scrolling on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, and I see all this autistic content and all of that, you see people in the comment section, autism in Nigeria, autism in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it is very much in Nigeria. So we should, for me, for advocacy, they should include it in mainstream school.
Yeah,
not
thank
just,
you.
what's it called? Special needs
Thank
school.
you. Please, can someone from the psychosocial cluster? Yes, I would like to hear from them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you from the psychosocial cluster? Yeah. All right, ma. Okay, after that, you can go. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay, ma. All right, ma.
Advocacy is very, very important because it's not
Ma,
everybody.
please, what's your name? So sorry.
My name is Regina Majo.
Okay, ma.
It's not everybody that has a challenge that will be able to get to the solution bearer. So somebody needs to, or a group of persons need to stand up for the persons that faces the challenge to seek solution for them.
Yes, thank you very much, ma. Thank you, ma. Please, can you? Yes, please, can you give it to her? Yeah. No, the other lady. I don't know, Adiola, right? Yes, Adiola. Yeah.
Okay, for me, actually, I feel advocacy, actually, it's a long-term issue. It deals with the long-term effects. Like, the implication of it is more tangible than service provision, delivery,
yeah.
actually. So, advocacy, we actually look at the the root cause of every challenge around disability, and also this will actually give a long-term effect than service delivery. So we must do more of advocacy, because that way we'll be able to have a long-term effect on these things, and it will include every other, because when it comes to service delivery, it's a particular set of people. You can't do it across board. But when it comes to advocacy, it includes everyone, even in the rural community, the urban community, and so on. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Who else wants to say something? Please, can someone from the blind? Madam Ijoma will come to Ijoma, right? Yeah.
Sorry, my name first all the time, right? Okay. My name is Martha. So I want to add, based on my sister's contribution that works with RBM. All right. She spoke about her experience and her new discovery, and then made recommendation that they should be together. Please, no. With due respect, I'm a special educator, and honestly, there is nothing like uniformity, in education of persons with disability. No. Now, you said we bring them together in exam hall, right? So who read for the blind person to, exam questions? And now, if it is lecture time, they bring everybody together. Do the deaf persons truly have someone who understands, that will help them to understand the lecture? Because sometimes they bring interpreter, and not every interpreter understands perhaps statistics. So if the interpreter is confused when the lecturer is teaching statistics, how will the student understand? So sometimes in the process of passing information, he will even confuse the student instead. So please, we do not agree with that.
Okay, yes, and that is the reason
but
why
at
we
the
are
primary at the primary level as well. At the primary level as well, education for the deaf children, we say 100% should be separated, because these children are struggling to acquire language. They cannot pick words. Okay, they pick words from their brothers and sisters. They don't pick small language every day. For example, John is John. A hearing child may be John. A hearing child hears his parents say, John, bring bucket. And he will hear his mother, Ma, and then he will go and bring that bucket. So he picks language from there. But the deaf child is deaf. He has to go to special school, learn, this is John, this is bucket, this is this and that.
Okay.
So the language goes slowly if you mainstream them. You cannot bring them together. You cannot bring
thank you very
together.
much. And that's why we're all learning. Yes, okay, that's why we're all learning to be advocates. Yes, to be. Okay, no, someone from the. Yeah, because she had raised her hand up since, so I just really want to. Because the question still remains: why is advocacy important? So I will get back to you. We're about to even go for our tea break right now. But that is because we all have issues that are important to us. So she knows why she's advocating for inclusivity. And you, from your experience, you're also saying, oh, there shouldn't be uniformity in education, especially from the primary school, from the first set of education that children with deaf children receive. So everybody, so that's why we all have to, in our different advocacy levels, we are coming together to talk to these decision makers, and there's a way the policy can be made, policies can be improved upon, policies can be modified to help us, if we are able to table our issues very well, to help us to have an inclusive society. So inclusive, from what I'm hearing from you now, inclusivity does not necessarily mean uniformity in all things, right? Yeah, so the marginalized or vulnerable community can be included, but it doesn't mean that whatever form of is it service or impact they receive, it doesn't mean that it's going to be exactly the same. That's why there's a difference between equality and equity, right? So this and that is why we are all learning here to be advocates. So thank you very much for that. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start by answering your question about why advocacy is important.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Ayo.
Okay.
From the Engraced One. So I'm going to start by answering that question. I'm going to say the reason why advocacy is very much important is because it helps to respect the rights of persons with disability. It helps us to understand them. It helps the government to bring about policies that will respect the right of these persons. However, I want to contribute to what she just said about inclusivity. We have children with autism, and then we have typical children in the same classroom. We have children with Down syndrome in the same classroom. As much as we want inclusivity, we must understand one thing, that their learning strength is different. You cannot expect an autistic child to learn at the same pace with a typical child. You cannot expect a child with Down syndrome to learn at the same pace with a typical child. So what we are asking government for majorly is to make sure they are included in the society. Inclusivity does not, like you said, does not mean uniformity. It does not mean that they have to learn at the same pace. It's for even the educators to understand that these people can actually not learn at the same pace and give grace to them. You know, when I was coming this morning, I was talking to Abigail. She's a student of Bingham University.
and also Tobiloba, he finished from BM University, he's serving, and they mentioned something about a colleague of them that people just, look at some type of way because of the fact that he can't learn at the same pace with every person, and he has a lot of carryovers and all the rest. I feel like inclusivity indeed is important. It's for them to be included in the society, but one major thing everyone must understand is that it cannot be uniform.
Thank you very much. These are all fantastic feedback. I'm even learning a lot. Thank you very much for the feedback. So, yes, so I think we'll go for our tea break now. And the tea break, how many minutes? Okay, Mr. Aliyu. Okay, after Mr. Aliyu, we'll go for our tea break, please.
Right. So my name is Aliyu.
Okay, sir.
And I think the need for advocacy is that what specific change that we want to see happen. For example, there is issue of accessibility. If it is issue of accessibility, people with disability, for people with disability, now how would we make sure that this problem is addressed?
All right, thank you very much.
So this is.
Thank you for that succinct answer. Thank you, sir. All right, so we can all go for recess now and have our tea break, right?
Okay, before then, please, I would like us to have our group picture before the tea break, please. It won't take more than 5 minutes. Thank you.
So you guys have